Hello, this is Taffy in the Philippines. I'm doing this video today. It's just to see if other people's got the same issues as I have, where they've been either shadow banned by these print-on-demand platforms, or whether they have their account taken down altogether. Because this is the issue I'm having, and some of it's not justified one bit. Not when I see other designs that's far worse than mine up on their platform. The first one really is Pinterest. Of course, I'm with Pinterest is because I need a link to go to Threadless, where I got about 160 odd designs up on there. And because I'm not on these social media platforms, you know, like Facebook, X, Instagram and all that, I'm not on there through principle, to be honest. So of course I have to find another alternative to draw people into my shop. And so of course I'm with Pinterest. Although Pinterest do have a marketplace, as they call it, but of course you can't get onto the marketplace until you start drawing people in. It seems stupid really, but that's the way they got it anyway. So anyway, now Pinterest, what I hate about that company, lots of them I hate to be honest, is that they give you the illusion and they don't tell you anything or say anything to you, that you're thinking all your designs are up and running, everybody can see it, but that's not the case. Talking to ChatGPT, I've been shadow banned and I don't know why, and I can't see why, to be honest, because the designs I've got are nowhere near controversial in any way. I do have controversial ones, because I got about 660 odd, which a lot of them I haven't put up. But in this case with Pinterest and with Threadless, there's none that I consider controversial. So alarm bells rang is that when I looked on the analytics, of course, now the analytics gives you the illusion that you're all these people looking at your designs, the clicks and the likes, and there's a few others, I forgot what you call them now, right? And then of course you've got your pins. They call it pins and boards, and I got about, I think it's about 4 or 5 boards up, as they call it, with all different themes on. And with the pins, they also show you your most popular pin. You know, this is day to day. This is according to ChatGPT now. It's like a daily basis. They show you it and you think, oh, that's good, you know. And then every now and again they'll send you an email with your designs up. So you're thinking you're up and running, okay, everyone can see your designs, and if they like it, then it's go through to the, you know, to your shop on Threadless. But that's not the case. Alarm bells rang with me, or red flag, whatever you want to say it, right? But all of a sudden, one batch of my designs suddenly come up. That's the whole batch, and they were all the most popular, well, the top popular designs. And I thought, that's strange, Alice. If that happening, something's not right. So what I did, I logged out, went on to Pinterest as just someone having a nose around. I typed in all the titles, because there's 25 of them that I sort of typed in just to search, and did the tags for them all, and not one of my designs showed up. And I was going through every single page on every single design with all the tags, and some was relatively close. And I was hours and hours on it, you know, because of course I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's not this tag, maybe if I type in this. Not the case. So I wrote off to him. I said, none of my designs have been shown. Of course, they said, oh, everything's okay this time. We can't see what's the matter. And so I did it again. And then in the end, I wrote up about 5 or 6 letters to him. And of course, each letter, because the replies, I'm either not getting the replies, or when I do, they're a standard generic reply. I'm not actually answering my questions. So of course, I get annoyed through that. So each letter's getting more and more blunt. But anyway, they will, like the last letter, by then I'm pissed off, to be honest. I'd say, why am I said I am Shadowban, and that's 100%, you know, because my designs are shown if I type in a URL, you know, through Pinterest, which isn't a problem, and so I know it's there, but it's not showing on your site. So I'm definitely Shadowban. And I said, I like to know why I'm shadow banned when my designs are not controversial, they're not hateful, they're not racist in any way. This is the ones I got up. And I said, I see far worse designs and photos on your site than what I've got. And I like to know why I'm being shadow banned, who's talking to you for you to do it, you know? Because you must be in cahoots with someone. And this is what I think in general, actually. Each company sort of talks to one another, saying, don't put this up for whatever reason. I don't know why. This is only my theory. I don't know really. But I said, you got pages full of KKK, Ku Klux Klan. Not that I have an issue with any of these designs, and good luck to the ones who put them up. I hope they make money off it, if that's their intentions, you know. And I said, you got pages of KKK. There's designs of like SSU soldier, German soldier, pointing his gun at the back of someone's head. That seems to be okay, you know. And I said, there's an illustration of a Jew. It's an Eastern European Jew. You can tell by the genetics, the big nose. So that's Eastern European Jew. Knelt down with his head down, and someone's blown the back of his head off. You know, so of course you see like the blood and snot coming out, like there's his glasses flying and a bullet going through. I think it's quite a good design actually. And again, I don't have a problem with it, and good luck to the person who put it up and designed it. But again, the double standards, the hypocrisy of it all, that's what really fucks me off, to be honest. And this goes with all the other platforms, you know. But again, no response from them. They haven't closed my site down at all yet. But of course, it's no good to me. People can't go onto it, you know, to look. It's like I'm with Threadless now, and with Threadless, I'm having some little issues with them. Although my designs are up, there's no problem there as such. I put up one, was it, I'm proud to be a tranny. And they said, if someone don't like it, you know, take it down. You know, we'll have to take it down. I left it at that, only because no one can see it, so there's no issue as far as they're concerned. But then I went with T Public. That's right. Before Threadless and all, the very first one, because I thought, being retired and living out here, I thought I'd generate an income, you know, and I like art myself, and digital art, I quite like actually, even better to be honest. So I thought, I'll have a go with this, see if it generates some money for the family and that, you know. I can't rely on my pension, because through the grapevine I heard they're going to stop pensions to people living abroad outside the EU. You know, because I'm well into politics, I know a lot that's going on. So of course I'm not going to take the risk on it, because already thin end of the wedge, they stopped any increases in pensions, people living outside the EU. You know? So I thought, okay, I'll generate money, I'll try these platforms. So I designed altogether about 660 odd designs, all different themes, you know, and they're all in their different collections. I got about 10, 12 collections. And so I thought I'd go with TeePublic. So I go through them. Before I go on, I put up a load of designs, and the one sort of controversial one, I'm proud to be a nigger. So I thought before I put that up, I'll look online, because I know the term nigger is derogative, only if it's used in a bad way. You know, because I know the people themselves, that's the black people, they use it among themselves, and the design is aimed at the black community. You know, and if you look at the design and you read the description, you can see there's no hate, malice or racism at all about it. You know, it's a plain, nice design, colourful, and so I thought, okay, I'll look anyway, and I see same theme, different design. I'm proud to be a nigger, and then I see others like a page full with the word niggers in it. I don't understand like one of them, to be honest, and I see a few in there that says like nigger, Niger or something. I don't understand it, but it's in there. The word niggers on there as well. And again, good luck to those who's got them up, and I hope they make money off it, if that's their intentions. So of course I see that up, so I put mine up. Within half hour it was taken down, and I emailed them and I asked them why is it taken down. They say read our guidelines, you know. So I'm looking at the guidelines. It's a lot of bull, you know. It's so ambiguous, you know. What one may determine hate or anything like that doesn't mean someone else does. But anyway, I wrote back to him again, and I said, how is that hate, assuming that's what the issue is, when I see others up there? And they said, oh, we can't police every one of them that comes through, because then my point was, okay, but you've got algorithms that picks up and is flagged and is taken down. Mine was virtually straight away. So how come the others are up? Again, no issue with that myself personally. And of course then, because I argued the point, they closed my account. So then I went with Redbubble, because at the time I didn't know Redbubble was the sister company to TeePublic. So I put a load of designs up again, and when I got to that particular design, I looked online again, and I see like a page or two of the word niggers on it, and I think, oh well, that's got to be okay then, you know, that's up there, and I see one, I'm proud to be a nigger, and everything else. So I put mine up. That was up there for about 6 hours, and that was taken down. And I said, why is it taken down? Again, same old bull. Read our guidelines. You know, it says you've got, at least with them, they actually told me the design. TeePublic didn't, as such. You know? Oh, it's the other way around. I know it's one of two of them, but the one told me what it was. But I said, yeah, but I see the same up there, and because I see the same up there, I assume it's okay for me to put it up. And again, if you read the description and if you look at you can see it's not in any kind of malice way. But anyway, they took it down and they closed my account. So then I went with Zazzle, and then so of course this time with Zazzle I put up 2 collections. Basically, I'm proud to be American, and I'm proud to be from one of the 50 states in America. That was the one batch, and the other batch was I hate the way America's become. And again, the same, I hate the way my states has become, you know, whether it's Arizona, Colorado, whatever. And then, of course, that was up for about 6 months or so. Didn't make any money on it, right? But again, so all my designs is aimed at people as such. So not so much as a pretty design, nothing wrong with that, but it's that people are related to it, and this is why I'm sort of trying to target everybody. So that was up, and then all of a sudden, if you go into collections in Zazzle, if you're familiar with it, all the ones that you've got in collections, it'll show it. It'll show the design. It'll say the title of what it is, one above the other. And I noticed that the one that was taken down, I hate the way America's become. Right? The actual design was taken off, but a greyed out Z for Zazzle, that was on. Ewok. That was on. So then but when I clicked on to look to see if they were there, couldn't see them. So I wrote off to them. And again, they said, everything's okay this end. But I said, it's not this end. Right? And then it was taken down completely. Right? So the only one collection that was up was I'm Proud to Be. So then I wrote off to him again. I said, it's been taken down fully. And they said, oh, send us a snapshot. But yet, if I go into my images, where the public can't see them, right, they're all there, but they're not in collections and they're not on the main board where people can view them. So I wrote back, I said, it's been shadow banned. You know, I said, it's in my images, it's not in collections. It was in collections, it's taken down, and I showed them the snapshots of the ones in images, so they know it's on the system, and the one in where it's got the collection. Again, no reply back, you know, at all. And again, all my emails or messages I leave with them on the system, they get blunt as they go along. But that account is still open, but basically I'm not going to bother with them. You know, if they take any of my designs down, that's it. You know. But then the spreadsheets. Of course, if they don't like a design, they call it lost in space. To me, it's stupid. But it's up to them what they have. And I noticed with them, I put a load of designs up, and one was I'm proud to be a tranny. Now, of course, when you look at the design, I think I got about 3 of them, and they're all colourful, they're all good, nothing malice about them, nothing sort of, I say, derogative or hateful, they're good. And of course I got a description that goes with the designs itself, and that was taken down. And I said, well, what do you take it down for? What's the matter with it? They said, it can offend people. I said, why? They said, it could be offence. So I said, okay then, what about, I'm proud to be a queer. And they said, if that offends someone, that could be taken down and your account could be closed. But I said, how is that when queer is the Q in LGBTQ? So how can they take that down when it's their own words? They said, well, if someone's offended by it, they will take it down. But I said, there's 8 billion people on the planet. I said, so if one bugger complains, so you're going to take it down? And they said, of course, they didn't answer that. That's what annoys me. But then one of the designs they took down, and I don't know why, it's stupid. It's basically it's like a postcard type design. There's 2 aliens that confronts 2 hikers, and both are saying at the same time, they're never going to believe what we just saw. They took that down. Of course, then I'm angry. And I said, why is that taken down? Tell me what's so controversial or what's so hateful with that. Is it because the bloody aliens got no clothes on, you know, naked? Again, no response. They just closed my account down for it. Makes you sick. I don't know what goes through their loopy little heads. But, and that's spreadshirts for you. What else have you got? Oh yeah, same company. Right? All my designs are on equal. So in other words, if I say I'm proud to be a white man, I'll put I'm proud to be a black man. If I'm proud, I'm glad I'm a white woman, I'm glad I'm a black woman. I'm proud to be gay, I'm proud to be a lesbian, I'm proud to be LGBTQ, and all this. Everything is on equal terms. Or I'm proud to be a Christian, I'm proud to be a Muslim, or a Jew, or a Buddhist, you know, all that. I like to do things equally, so there's no sort of bias on my half. And yet, I put two up. I'm proud to be white, straight, and straight. And one was, I'm proud to be black and straight. It shows like a white man and a black man, and in the background, two posters on the wall on each. Basically, they were the Gone with the Wind, but I changed all the text on it saying I'm proud to be normal, because for some reason they got the word normal is offensive. Don't know why. So I wanted to put that in. So basically, it's, I'm black, I'm straight, I'm normal. So I put them in, and they took down I'm proud to be a white man. And when I complained about it, they said, you're contravening the Copyright Act. And I said, what do you mean, the copyright? I said, there's hundreds of these Gone with the Wind designs. I said, there's hundreds of them. And I said, even Amazon sells them. So how could I be infringing on any copyright laws? And I said, the thing is, who could prove that the one I got belongs to them? I said, they can't, you know. So of course, again, when you argue the case, they close my account down. But yet, the one that says, I'm proud to be black and straight, they kept that one up, you know, and they talk about diversity. Well, a lot of bollocks. It's not diversity at all, it's wokeism, or whatever they call it today. But anyway, that's that bit, so, which really annoys me. You know, it appears to me that everything is stacked up against the white Christian race, because you talk about anything else, you're slammed down straight away. You mentioned Jew, that's a no-no. But yet I see things up there about Jews, but that's okay, you know. I can never understand that. And one of the other, that's right, I think it's Pinterest. No, I don't like their tagging system, where you want to put your tags in, but when you type something in, their tags will come up. Now, just say I wanted like, I'm proud of my state, or if I put in state, that won't come up, but it'd be something like Empire State Building. So then, of course, you've got to click on that. I don't know what, I think what it does is a soft form of censorship. And although they'll probably read your description and they take the algorithms from there, you know, I don't know. But because when I noticed, right, I got some like I'm proud to be a rebel, this sort of stuff. And when I typed in rebel, nothing came up. But then I typed in, funny enough, I typed it in, something flashed up and disappeared when I finished the word. So then, as I type in it again, before I finish the word rebel, you know, that's putting the last letter up, something like, I forget what it is, EOS Rebel Cannon or something like that. Apparently it's what do you call it, a camera. So of course that come up. So of course then I have to click on that, just for the wording. But there's a few things like that with Pinterest, to be honest, and I think it's stupid. But I do think it's soft censorship, because there's words. If I wanted to type in hate, which is maybe one of my titles, right, can't do it. You will have their stupid bloody titles, or tags I should say. Let me just see. Let's have a look a second. I got it on you. I think I covered it all. But no, the whole idea is just trying to make money for the family here, and it's not as easy as to make out. Do you know what the worst thing about it? If you're new to a site, right, that trying to navigate it takes a long time, literally. And of course, I can go up onto YouTube, and what I find, although they're okay to a point, but what I notice is that most of them working off laptops or computers. Because if you've got a mobile device, then the layout is totally different. And in fact, some platforms are not mobile device friendly. Because the amount of glitches and stuff that I get is so annoying, because it slows the whole process down. And then of course, I'm with ChatGPT, sometimes I think it's more of a hindrance than a help, because it's telling me to do this, do that, and when I do that, these things aren't there. So of course, that takes a long time to sort of just to try to get things running on the platform, and then you're downloading all the designs or uploading the designs, and then filling in all the information, the colours that you want for your products and everything else. Like I said, it could take days. Because if you've been with them for a long time, of course it becomes second nature for you to go from click on here, click on there, and you're there. But it's not when you're first time on it. And of course, when you get glitches in it, which I get lots of glitches, it slows things right down. It's very frustrating, and it's annoying that you do that. You eventually load up everything, and then some wanker at the other end doesn't like that, and instead of them sort of saying, taking it down and saying, this is contravening our guidelines, let's just close your account, which I find really annoying, very much. But that's the way it goes. The trouble is now, I'm running out of platforms. I've got loads of platforms, and there's a few others I'm waiting on, designed by humans. I think something's suspicious about them, to be honest. But it sounds a good company, but something's not right. And there's Fine Arts America, which I put up 25 designs. Of course, if you want to put up any more, then it starts costing you money, because I don't want to pay out anything until I start getting some money in return. I'm not in a position to do it, see. But that seems a good one, and I know there's other platforms which they're not friendly at all. They're robbing the artists. So in other words, they bite in the hand that feeds them. Because there are stories I hear that where they, of course, and I talked to ChatGPT, that they're slashing their, what you call it as well, all their percentage of earnings, which is wrong. Because if it wasn't for them, the artists with the design, these companies wouldn't exist. But anyway, that's that. Let's have a look. 1 more minute. I think that's it. Just trying to remember everything to say, to be honest. And they say write it down. The trouble is, I jot little notes down, but the writing's so small, and of course the light now, it's just a little bit dark, I can't see. I think I covered every point. But no, I sort of wonder whether any of you have had this kind of issue. And if you want to see any of my designs that I'm on about, feel free to look. I got the link below, but also it's called Taffy's T-shirts. That's TEENT .threadless.com, and that will take you to my Threadless, as if I'm still up, site. And of course, if you click on the collection there, as if you're not familiar with Threadless, if you click on the collection, you'll see all my different collections. I think I've got about four or five, I can't remember exactly, and they give you all my different themes. Right, I think that's it now. I think I've covered everything. I hope I have. And like I said, good luck to all those who manage to keep their designs up. You'll have to tell me why or how you do it. Because like I said, I'm running out of options here. Because I got a few names down for different print on demands, but the trouble is their traffic, well, one, I've never heard of them, and of course their traffic isn't that good, not compared with the well-known ones where there's like hundreds of millions of traffic and all this, or even tens of millions. Some of these are just hundreds of thousands. But anyway, yeah, if you want to leave a comment, I mean, that's fine. I'll try and answer back. Well, I will answer back, even if they're nasty. Like I said, I'm all for free speech. I'm all for anything really. Well, good luck to you all, and I think this is your video. Right.